time to do some tire splitting action. So I got all this red oak and it's gonna split up real nice. The problem with cutting some of these is they just turn out too thin. You kind of miss the center and one piece is bigger than the other. This stuff is splitting really easy. See, there's one of those ones where this one is small and this one's big, so yeah, I'm gonna cut that too. Also, because I'm doing a lot of 18-inch with this wood because it's so nice and straight, the pieces are going to be a little bit bigger too, so they're going to take a little longer to season than 16-inch on average. Now when it comes to drying wood, there's this many factors. Some people say wood doesn't take, or you can't dry wood in 6 months. Well, if you get a tree that's dead and it's lost a lot of moisture, well, you can season that in 6 months. Okay, there we go. So my Karen story is not the traditional Karen who, you know, has their hysterical rants running around like a Tasmanian devil. But is this the kind of attitude towards, you know, the situation? I mean, this person believed they were coming from a proper stance, but really what it was is the contrast of the actual situation, which goes like this. So this lady ordered a half a face board off of me. I remember she called me before. I delivered some wood before. So I brought a half a face cord the second time around, more than she bought last time. So I get a call a couple days later, and she's saying, Anthony, this is the worst wood I've ever had, and I've been burning wood for 22 years. Now when I hear that, the way I'm triggered is just to like think, okay, well, what went wrong? That's not possible. I don't sell bad wood. So she sends me pictures. I said, send me pictures of the wood and tell me what you're talking about. Now, the wood did have some rot. It was rot whereas some of the outside actually lost its integrity and it's not there anymore. It's not the rot where the wood just turns into like sponge or anything like that. It didn't have the breakdown of the consistency, because what it is the wood really holds its grain, and then when it rots, it doesn't hold that grain consistency. Like, just picture this is a whole bunch of like I don't know, fibers stuck together, and the fibers split like in a row. Like, you see how this is flat? It's because the wood just has that property. But what will happen when the wood is rotten is it'll lose little structural integrity. So the fibers don't make you know, they won't line up if you go and you cut anymore. What'll happen, say all of this is rotten here, if I went to split this would break off from here and you'd see an angle cut on the outsides. So you're looking at here, and this whole half of it would just fall off. That split wouldn't go right through and then continue down the wood and then come out on the other side like that. You just have that piece break off kind of situation, right? So the wood was nothing like that. I look at the pictures and I said, okay, some of the surface area of the wood is gone, you can tell. And there's a couple holes, look like bugs, but they were like very shallow holes. They weren't like deep holes through the wood or anything like that. And then the mold she was talking about is natural mold. Now in the city, the trees, they look pretty clean. They look pretty, you know, unblemished, right? But then you go up north and then the trees, the ribbing on the bark or the bark itself, whether it's ribbed or not, just looks like so aged and so like weather beaten, right? So I noticed there's lots of green growth on it. It looks almost like little clovers are growing all over the wood, these little tiny clovers. So I figure that's from the environment, that's like mold that it grows naturally. So that's what I'm seeing on the wood. And yeah, there's a little bit of it. I don't see that much in the city, but there was some of that. And she was thinking like, oh my goodness, this stuff is so rotten. I said, okay, well, here's what to do. You know, like, I don't mind fixing a situation. I know I didn't have to fix the situation, but you know, like, I was willing to, and it turns out I didn't in the end, of course. You know, instead of just trying to compensate right away, which I don't mind doing at all. Compensating somebody is no problem. But what I'll try and do is try and get something sorted out. I don't want that to sound the wrong way, but I don't want to waste my time. And anybody who's in business will know that they're going to tell, you know, if somebody tells you, okay, well, they just, you know, got this done and then they had a problem with it. Well, you might tell them, check it over and this and that, instead of like you're just coming and looking, because it could be something small, right? You don't want to waste your precious time. That's where you're coming from as a business person. But sure enough, in the end, she never called me because the wood was just fine. So of course, when she burned it, she would have seen that, you know, it's decent wood. So I don't know if she's gonna call me again this year. She probably will. There was no tension where I was like, okay, well, she's not gonna call me, I'm not gonna call her. Like I said, she made her complaint, and I told her just burn the wood, and I guess she did, and she's okay with that. So, but that's just the funniest thing I ever heard about how that's the worst wood she's ever had in her life. Like, I actually felt insulted, and you know, nothing bothers me. I mean, you're dealing with people, you know, it's part and parcel. You're always going to get somebody who's going to give you a problem, whatever it is. You know, even if the people are in the right, sometimes they go about things the wrong way. So I'm prepared to deal with that.
One more detail to this story, the customer's name is Karen.
Okay, I'm all done. I didn't get much done here for the night. So time to pack it up. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.